I'm Jim Gordon of Beers & Gordon. I want to talk to you about the perceptions about lawyers. I'm with David Beers, my partner. We've been partners for 12 years. David, you're a little bit older than me. How has it changed in the time you've been an attorney? Because you started practicing in the 70s.
Right. Well, of course, I appreciate our excellent partnership the last 12 years. And one of the things I'm most proud of in partnership with you, Jim, is that I do think we are a different law firm in terms of representing personal injury victims. When I first started practicing, I worked for one of the largest firms in Orlando, which was an insurance defense firm. And so I started on the other side, so to speak, and then worked my way up, getting into my own practice, and then with partners representing many of the major insurance companies in Florida. From my perspective, in dealing with attorneys in those times, back in the 1980s, 1990s, representing victims, the attorneys, for the most part, were only interested in getting the fastest outcome they could for their clients. And I noticed a big difference between the relative experience of the various plaintiffs' personal injury attorneys. Until board certification became important and kind of created a little bit of a standard for performance, really, many people, I saw them, they hired attorneys who frankly weren't that conversant with personal injury law, yet they were handling extremely serious cases.
Yeah, and I remember being a defense attorney for 10 years and the difference in the type of attorneys. I know we used to joke about certain attorneys over on the coast about being bottom feeders and doing stuff that we would never want to do. And it was nice to have that perspective, I think, when we started to say this is kind of the way we want to go with our practice compared to what some people call ambulance chasers. Now, when did that start? When did ambulance,
I think that's a great question. I mean, I think ambulance chasing in its strictest sense is a byproduct of the advertising that's so present in our current climate. And of course, advertising was almost unheard of until sometime in the middle or end of the 1980s.
Yeah, and I know when I switched sides to defense, it was that persona of ambulance chasers, and when you told people what you did, that was their first reaction. I mean, just recently I was on a trip, and one of the friends of ours who is the president of a company jokingly said something about being ambulance chasers, and then said to me, "I hope you're not offended by that." And I know you do it differently. I know you do. I'm not talking about the big firms, but at this point, I don't really get offended by it. I think it's kind of funny.
Yes, I agree. I mean, people make lawyer jokes, even in my presence. Even my kids and their friends have made jokes about it. But the fact is that, unfortunately, when someone does have a serious automobile accident, for example, and they have orthopedic injuries that are life-changing, they need an experienced personal injury attorney.
And I always question, I guess, when people I was just out of town this weekend and you see billboards or you see a commercial and say, "In a wreck, get a check." And I think the ethos of this firm has never been that way. Not that we don't want to get our clients the best possible result. Of course, that's what we want to do. But it's about getting them whole.
I think that's exactly our mission. We are counselors in addition to being attorneys. And when I say counselors, I mean we're counselors of the law. But the law in a personal injury case involves the whole person. We're concerned about their economic outcome. We're concerned about their health outcome. That's really why we're hired, is to achieve the best entire outcome that we can.
Yeah, and I think sometimes when you see that, I know when I feel this way as an attorney, and just more as a person, I guess, is they're not looking about getting better. I mean, really what our focus is trying to get our client better. I mean, financially better, so they're not in debt from the accident, and helping them financially for their medical expenses, future earning loss of earning capacity, lost wages, anything like that. Of course, we want to maximize their recovery. I mean, that's a goal, but I think our bigger goal is just getting them to the right place physically, getting them to the right doctors, getting them, if they have to have surgery, to a good surgeon, not just someone that's maybe the best witness, but they're not going to get a good outcome. I think one of the things we hear all the time when we meet with clients, or we even get a call, they say, "I don't want to be one of those people that, I think there's too many lawsuits. I think there's too much going on. I hate those billboards. I hate if I'm sitting there in the middle of the day, every third commercial is an attorney commercial." And they say, I don't want to be one of those people. You hear that?
Oh, I do definitely hear that frequently when we take these calls, and their attitude is, I don't want to be one of those people, meaning somebody who has to bring a personal injury claim. And one of the things that I think that is about is the client's own sense of identity is they're not a victim. They're succeeding in life. They are following the rules, raising a family, participating in life, enjoying their faith. Whatever they're doing, they're happy of who they are. Their self-identity is not tied up in trying to victimize or take advantage of anybody. And so when they're injured through no fault of their own, they're kind of thrown for a 10-yard loss. They don't really, this is something new for them. So I think that's the way I look at it when I talk to these prospective clients is, wait a minute, nobody says we're going to be filing a lawsuit and it'll be on the internet and all this stuff. It's not like that. We're going to try to put you back in the best position we can financially and holistically in terms of working with your doctors. And if that sounds good to you, then we're probably the right firm for you.
And I think that's it. I think we are the right firm for those people that call and say, I don't want that perception. I don't want, because we don't have it, I think, amongst the insurance companies.
Right.
And we definitely don't amongst the mediators and other attorneys. If you're out there and you're looking for the right attorney, someone that's going to care about not how much money they can make off you, not how much money they can make on the case, that's part of it, but how much they can get you back to where you were before the accident and make you whole, then you call us. You call Beers and Gordon.
And hopefully, if we are the law firm that you select, I can assure you, you'll get 100% of our energy, our passion, and our support staff too, to make sure that we can get the best outcome for your case.
And when we talk and we joke about ambulance chasers, I know one of the things I hate is the perception that there's like a legal lottery. Like, oh my gosh, I got hit, now I've hit the legal lottery.
Right.
And the reality is that doesn't exist. And we were defense attorneys for too long, for 40 years combined.
Right.
And we knew we never paid a case, six-figure case, that didn't have surgery, didn't have serious accidents, didn't have a lot of coverage. I mean, people don't get hundreds of thousands of dollars and millions of dollars and get on a billboard unless they're really, really hurt.
Absolutely.
And the perception is, I got bumped, I hit the legal lottery, I'm gonna make all kinds of money, and those people end up the most frustrated.
They really do, and that goes with the territory as to expectations. And we can't guarantee results. And that's one of the things I know we tell our prospective clients right from the get-go. We're not going to be able to guarantee you X number of dollars just from looking at your case. That's not going to be the way we attempt to get you justice. So if that's what you're looking for, you'll have to go somewhere else.
Right. Every attorney says they can't guarantee anything. I mean, that's what they say all the time. I love, there's a meme that goes around every Christmas that says, from the attorney you get a card that says, I don't wish you a Merry Christmas. I wish, but don't guarantee you a happy, and they go on and on and on. Instead of, I wish you a Merry Christmas because we don't guarantee anything. I know that's always the joke, but the reason I know we don't guarantee a result and, oh, you're going to get this, is because, like we said, every case is different. And we have to know the facts. We have to know what happened in the crash, if it's an auto crash. We have to know what the pre-existing injuries are. We have to know if you've ever had other issues in the past with your back or neck, if it's a neck injury. There's so many factors that go into what makes a case. Just what makes a person, it's the same thing what makes a case. Everything's individual, and there's no legal lottery out there like they give that perception. So we really look at clients, and the people that we want to call us and that seem to call us are the people that really want to get better.
Right.
And to do that, you call Beers and Gordon. Call us at 407-862-1825 or look at our website, beersandgordonlaw.com. I joke we always made our website pretty long, but at least you get everything in there.